Hey everyone, it's Em of Two Girls Shooting the Shit with Em and Mo. Thank you for tuning in to this episode. This is our very first episode of season 3. We are trying to piggyback off of last season with our Sexy September series. So this month, even though it's August, we are going to be focusing on all things sex, sexual health, sexy time. And in this episode, we get a little nostalgic and talk about our firsts. First loves, first crushes, first kisses, first heartbreak. Listen in, share in the laughs, and make sure to meet us on Instagram Live Tuesday nights, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern, to talk more about these first times. Yeah, so, this whole month we're going to be talking about sexiness, what's sexy, sexual health, sexy time. Why you ain't having sexy time? Are you having sexy time? You having too much sexy time?
All right. Well, hey girl.
Hey Momo, how are you?
Okay. How you doing?
It's been a while.
Been too long. I'm out of practice.
Me too. I'm worried.
I don't even know how to
say.
Right? I don't even know how to communicate with people. Ooh, excuse me.
Oh.
Trying to gobble up food.
Gobble. Oh my gosh. Well, we're back.
Yep,
How was your time
back.
off? Was it wonderful, joyous, full of adventure?
No. A blur.
A blur. That could be good.
I guess.
That could be real good.
Existing.
Well, I'm glad we're back. I missed you.
Yours?
It was good. We moved. And we
Hey.
are still unpacking. We're under a whole bunch of boxes and took a few trips, vacation, family stuff.
Nice.
Good
Y'all
time
doing
to
the thing.
reconnect. Yeah, trying to.
Mm-hmm.
Kids are getting older, so we can take them places, a little here, a little there.
Yeah, that's
So.
awesome.
But now it's back to real life.
Are they at school?
Not yet. They don't start.
Wow.
They're
Okay.
late. They don't start till like next week. Everybody else has started already, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen all those cute little pictures on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep. I saw something about don't put your kids' info on those
School.
chalkboards.
I don't understand why they're putting that. I'll put their name, obviously, because I share it with like my family, whatever, their grade, what they want to be when they grow up, whatever. But I'm not putting their school and their teacher name. I'm surprised. A lot of people are doing that. I wouldn't put that information out there. I'm like, dang, now I know where your kid, and then
y'all be lucky to get a picture when I have kids. I ain't never had no man on my stuff.
My kids are going to be in uniforms. If it says the school name, I'm not putting it. Like I see some kids in uniforms with like perpetual whatever the school says, and I'm like, why do you have that? Like nobody. I'm not putting my kids' school information out there. No, man.
Right, even the uniform. If it's telling, if it's like a unique uniform, you're like,
I know that plaid.
Well, right. Oh, that's that plaid. Recognize.
Protect the babies. Protect the babies.
Well, we ain't talking about no babies today, though.
We talking about how to make babies.
Hey, what we talking about?
Well, last season, this is a new season. First of all, hello, season 3. But last season we did a Sexy September, and we're coming up on September, and we try to bring sexy back.
Oof, I don't even know if I ever had a show.
Girl, please, I know about you. Yeah, so this whole month we're going to be talking about sexiness, what's sexy, sexual health, sexy time. Why you ain't having sexy time? Are you having sexy time? You having too much sexy time? What you doing in your sexy time?
I ain't. Shoot.
Neither am I. Neither am I. My poor husband. Oh, Lord. I'm too tired. But today is, let's start it from the very beginning. We're going to talk about first times. First for times for everything. First, just first. The beginning.
The beginning. Oh, do you remember your first crush?
Oh, Lord. That's like my first in-person real boy crush, or like famous person crush?
In person, in real life interaction crush. Human, I don't know what it was.
I'm gonna bleep names, but I'm just gonna speak freely. His name was It was first grade, and he was just perfect. I remember he's a like 6 years old, but the feeling remains. Like he was just so perfect to me. And I just followed him everywhere. Everybody liked him though. It was one of those everybody liked this boy. So he was Mr. Thing. So, but yeah, I looked him up on Facebook. In my early, when Facebook was new, and I found him and he lived in France. I was like, he's doing things. He's an architect. I was like, okay.
Oh, nice.
Good for him. He had a French boo. I was like, okay, you doing big things, dude.
Ooh, I need to find mine. God.
Yeah. How about you? Do you remember yours?
Of course, I remember everything.
Does it bring the butterflies back?
No, I wish I could find them. I haven't really sat down. I need to at 3 a.m. sit down and look him up.
Girl, you haven't looked him up? I feel like, do I know you?
It's such a common name. It's such a common name that I look it up for 5 seconds and I don't have anything to go by. Like I don't remember anything about him besides his name. And
and it's common.
And I went to school
city.
overseas.
Do you have a city or parents? Oh,
yeah, that's the thing. I don't have a city and stuff, and so it's not like I go. I ain't trying to put my government out. Like I said,
girl,
overseas.
you already everybody already knows you live. Talked about your rainbow story where the kids would run away.
Save your time.
I can't. Oh, Lord.
Overseas.
Okay. And, which sea are we talking about? Can we talk about which sea?
So it's like you can't look it up. Like,
yeah, that's hard.
With other places, and especially like when stuff is shut down and everything. So, I gave up. But unrelated, I look up another crush, and he was like in prison for murder or something crazy.
Oh, like dodged a bullet.
I was like, won't he do it? Won't he do it, Lord? But so I think that's gonna be my challenge. I'm gonna look this guy up. He has a common name, but I can find anybody.
I know. I believe in you. I believe you can do it.
I just found somebody from high school, and I think I scared them. So
you're like peekaboo,
right? One of my old buddies, but
in prison for murder.
Yeah. Up in
How
Georgia.
old were you when you had that crush? I mean, was that a potential like
10? No.
Okay.
Like 10. Yeah.
Was he 10 too?
Yeah, he was 10.
Okay. Yeah. He wasn't no 30-year-old. I don't know why.
Yeah. So this first crush, I was 4 and 5.
Oh, and that's so sweet.
Yeah, and he was like 6 or 7, I think, because he was held back. Like, how do you get held back? Why are you picking? I don't know.
Let me stop. I'll say you picking the dumb one.
Bad judgment.
Your picker is wrong. He got left back. I picked him.
And I wrote him a note I'll never forget. I wrote him. I think I did talk about this. I wrote him
yes
a note.
Or no.
Yeah.
Is that the one? Yeah. Oh, I love that story.
And I had to go write on the chalkboard like a million times. I will not pass notes in class because he told on
what
me.
You will do for love. Look, you out here writing on the chalkboard.
I was such a bad kid. I don't know how I was in school. I probably had something, was undiagnosed, but yeah, it was bad. But yeah, that was my first. Yeah, I do think fondly because it was like,
look them up.
I think that started my psychosis of crushes. Like it was like a drug, and it was just nice. I didn't have to, engage. It was just nice to have.
You crush a lot.
She would just.
I mean, in the traditional sense of crush.
Uh-oh.
Let me stop. It said your internet connection is unstable. I'm like, that is not the only thing that is unstable over here. No, I was asking, do you crush a lot? And then I
not
caught
anymore.
Myself. I said,
I know.
Isn't that slang that the young kids?
Yeah. Well, no, not anymore. That's like a 30-year-old song. So
yeah, not the young. That's how old I am. Oh my.
You should see. Let me take a picture of this fool. But yeah, I used to have like a crush every year.
In school?
Well, yeah, I used to have a crush every year, and it would get my juices flowing and just something to think about.
Ooh.
I would always be telling you about my crushes and stuff. And now I don't have that anymore. I don't know if it's mature
fun.
Age. It is fun.
It's fun to crush.
Probably toxic, but it's fun to have a crush. It makes you feel alive. The juices flowing and everything.
Can you stop talking about these juices? I don't even know about
energy.
No, the endorphins. Now
I have no crush.
Whatever the butterflies.
I have no
find
crush.
Mo a crush.
Yes, please.
Find a crush. How about your first kiss? Do you remember your first kiss?
I don't remember my first like childhood kiss. I know it was playing house.
How old were you?
Like that,
Oh, okay. So like a little
probably 4
kiss.
or 5. Yeah.
Dang, you
my
fast?
Oh yeah, we've had this conversation.
4 or 5. Boys had
Yeah,
cooties. As far as I was concerned, I wasn't kissing nobody at 4 or
but
5.
my first actual kiss, like adult kiss, I was
What's an adult kiss?
that 18.
What's an adult kiss?
Like
I'm scared.
You're an adult and you're like want to kiss somebody like on TV, you know, like it's not like I never had
On
like,
TV.
yeah, that was my
Oh
first
my
kiss,
gosh.
like smooch. Yeah, and I never kissed before that besides playing house, you know, that was it. So God, that is true. And I think I had built it up so much, I was just like, give me my first
Nervous.
kiss. No, I wasn't
You're like,
nervous.
you
I
gonna
was
kiss
like,
me today.
you gonna kiss me, fool. I think that dude was married because I did look him up.
Ooh,
Yeah, that was a whole, yeah, anyway.
okay.
Yeah, he was my first kiss. It was
I
nice.
think
I don't
when
have
my
butterflies
first,
thinking about it.
I didn't have my first kiss till I was like 7th grade.
Well, I was
And it was
18. God,
But it was just no, but like just my first.
oh,
I
ever
wasn't
like
play
kiss?
kissing.
Oh,
I wasn't
okay.
doing any of that either. So this is my first kiss.
Lip to
yeah,
lip.
7th grade. He was in 6th grade. We went to a Catholic school, and it was like really odd. There was like a crowd around us, and we were sitting down somewhere, and they were like, "Yeah, do it." You know, it was like it was weird. It was like pressure. You know what I mean?
Right? That sounds right. Some group
It was
thing. Like,
it was not a healthy situation. But you know how you had fake boyfriends or whatever, you know, they weren't your real, you weren't going anywhere, but you were just
I'm
like
atypical, so no.
okay, well, it was like your school boyfriend or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, it was a kiss. Yeah, that's all. It wasn't anything too, you know. Yeah. And then later we ended up working across the hall from each other at the mall, and I would have to go in. He worked at the Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. And here I was in high school. Yeah. And I would have to see him every time I wanted to go in there and get my eat on some chocolate stuff. And he would slip me cookies and say he was nice.
Oh, hey, he was like,
yeah, no, it was, you know, it was cool.
Were you nervous? I mean, I know it was a group thing, but what was your mood?
I don't remember.
Mood. I don't know what I'm talking about mood.
This sounds so weird. Like I remember this is gonna sound weird. I remember physically what it felt like. Like I could recall that right now, but I don't remember what I was feeling emotionally or anything of it. And then what happened was our PE teacher, who was on recess duty, saw the crowd and was like, "What's going on?" And then he got suspended.
Oh shoot, the boy.
And I
didn't.
didn't.
Older?
I didn't get in trouble. No, he was younger than me. I didn't get in trouble. Yeah,
that's
he
sexist.
got suspended. That's messed up. But you know.
Oh well, at least your record is clean. At least your record is clean. Well, that's
but now I see these kids are fast. Kids are fast now. I feel like they're doing
a
lot more by kissing. 7th grade.
Yeah.
That scares me.
A lot more.
Yep. First kiss. What other first things? First date?
I haven't I love you yet. So waiting on
wait. You haven't had your first? Yeah, first date. Let's do first date first. I love you is a little deep for me right now.
Yeah. My first date, well, I don't know. Like my first real date, like, as I say this, because the guy I had my first kiss with, we were hanging around. This other girl would like come and pick me up and we would go hang out. And so we were hanging out as a group. And then the other time I saw him, it was like a booty call. So it was like no interaction. Like no, well, didn't go that far, but
okay. I was like, like we gonna mess around. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun.
Yeah, he showed me some things. So
that's it later in the episode. Hold tight, folks.
It showed me some tangs. I didn't do nothing.
I can't right now.
That was obviously not a date, but my first date was in LA. It was cute. Aww. So technically my first date was with some drunk Australian guy.
Hey.
And we met at what's that California coffee shop? I never got coffee from there. I would always get the Banana Dreamer. Yeah, coffee bean and tea leaf.
Tea leaf. Yeah, I miss coffee
so
bean. I like coffee.
We met there on I think Santa Monica Boulevard. Santa Monica Boulevard. And we sat out there. He was hungover from the night before, kept burping and stuff. He was
oh my gosh.
And we're talking and stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, you want to come listen to some records? I was like, hell no. I left. How you gonna
That's code for something.
Right? Like, how you gonna come to a date drunk or hungover? Like, that's disrespectful. I felt disrespected.
You're like, you
So
didn't
that
bring me a
was
drink.
that. Right? I don't even think he got me. I think he did get my drink. I don't remember. It was a coffee bean. And the other date was my real first date. That was where, I don't remember if he picked me up or what. I think he did. And I don't know why we did a movie. Wait, was that actually our first date, or am I mixing it up? Huh. I don't know if I remember, but the first date I remember, the guy, I think it was our first date because he picked me up and then he had a photo album and he took all his photos out and showed me like pictures of his childhood, his family and stuff.
On a first date?
Yeah, that's a narcissist
That's kind of
trick.
sweet, but that's kind of scary.
Yeah, that's that trick they do that try to keep that bonding. Let me stop. I don't have no idea. But
this has been therapy with Mo.
He showed me all these pictures and stuff, and we're like hanging in the back of his truck, waiting for the movie. Then we went to see a movie. And I don't remember what else. Was that it? Those are the only two things I remember about that. I'm not going to tell the movie because that's show how old I was, but it was.
Girl, I was saying, I was like, oh, the young kids are talking about.
I mean, everybody knows our age, but yeah, the movie was like Wedding Crashers.
Oh, I love it.
And it was
Who chose it?
on Sunset at the ArcLight.
Oh, the ArcLight. Yeah, I had a first date there too.
And yeah, I don't really remember the date, to be honest, but that was just, I remember because he was showing me all of his photos and like of his work and everything.
Why would he do that's so weird? Well, this is, the days before Facebook where you couldn't look everybody up. So maybe he was just like, here you go. Here I am.
Remember, I looked him up. He was everywhere.
Ooh. Y'all, if you can see Mo's facial expressions, you would die.
Yeah, so that was my first date that I can remember. Yours?
Oh, first date I can remember was high school. And it was a dance. It was like freshman year. I had never been to like dances and stuff. It was a homecoming dance. It was early in the year. I went with Anna Son's brother. And it was cute. Neither of us could drive, so it was like, I had on a dress. I played sports and I had just busted my ankle, so I was on crutches. I remember that. And his parents drove him and my parents drove me. And we met in El Torito. And all 6 of us had dinner.
I missed some El Torito.
Yeah, that's right. That sweet corn cake.
Yes. That's exactly what I was thinking about.
You can buy that stuff though. I'll send you some packets if you don't have it. Well, I gotta check my stores. I don't even know if I got that.
Yeah, send me some.
But yeah, and then I don't remember I think his parents drove us to the dance, and then I couldn't dance. It was we danced like one song. Yeah, just typical awkward. But yeah. I don't remember my first like adult date. Like, we're going on a date.
Yeah.
I think it had to involve food though. I'm sure it involved food. I think it was El Cholo actually.
Ooh, El Cholo. I forgot about
another
El Cholo.
Mexican restaurant.
That was good too.
Yeah, if you want to know the way to my heart, take me to Mexican food, okay? Because that's how. But I think it was El Cholo. Yeah. And that's the first time I had ever. I remember. This was in college. First time I'd ever been there, and I didn't know they gave those little pralines, the little like at the end, like with your bill or whatever. They give it was like just straight brown sugar. But yeah, that's with somebody from the dorms. Yeah.
How did y'all meet?
The dorms. I'm writing a book, and you can buy the book when it's done.
Yeah,
talks about this particular situation. Yes. No, but yeah, it was a weird meeting. Like it was one of those like kind of meetings, like from a movie. Weird. I don't know. Anyways, those first dates.
Oh, excuse me. I'm acting like that guy. Ain't that some shit? I said, ain't that some shit? Oh, ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Goddamn.
I think we put way too much emphasis on first. And I think that builds up a lot of unnecessary pressure and expectations, and a lot of the times we forget about these first times anyway. So what's the significance of it? If anything, it's just breaking the ice to life. And a lot of times firsts are accomplished when we're still developing as human beings and developing our brains. So I say, always there will be first times, always there will be last times. Live in the present, enjoy the moments, and don't think too much about it. Life is short. You only live once. Or do you?
Yeah, like it was so funny you mentioned first, like my first and last, something that I never felt comfortable with is dancing. So I never really danced with anyone. My first dance was, I
Whitney,
think,
why am I want to sing? I want to sing right now. Ooh, I want to dance.
Was awkward because it was like in 5th grade, and everybody was forcing this guy, Jeremy, I remember his name, to dance with me. Spoken. And you could tell like he didn't want to do it, and he was bullied into dancing with me.
Oh, it's 5th grade. You guys are like 10, 11. You don't want to do,
and it was like rough. One of those like mismatched parties where we dress all raggedy and stuff. I still have pictures of it. I'll use that for some promo material.
Okay.
It's all grainy though, but yeah, he did it, and
was it that awkward like hands on the shoulder?
It was like, I don't even remember. Honestly, I don't even remember. It was like 5 seconds. And then, he was like, I can't do this.
Dancing is awkward. Dancing is very awkward.
Yeah. I've never comfortably danced.
Slow dancing is awkward.
Mm-hmm. And then when I moved to Cali, up in the Century Club.
Century Club, dang.
I've tried to like let people walk up on me back in the day. Like, that just is not ever comfortable to me. Like, I can't do it.
Like at a club? I hate clubs. Yeah. That's the worst. Especially back in the day, the way people were doing stuff. It was like you were getting assaulted.
Up, baby, I know you. Yeah.
Yeah, you were getting like assaulted. Like
it wasn't
in today's terms, this is not okay. Like you can't just come up and start pushing it up.
And it was so normal and everybody was doing it. I'm like, nah, I can't do it.
And the bad part is like, okay, you'd be like, you're drinking and you do whatever. And then you turn around and you see who it is and you're like, oh.
Yeah. That's why I would always stand
away.
Right? That's why I would always stand by the wall. I'm like,
Or you gotta have good friends because you're usually in a circle.
Your friends
gotta let you know. Your friends gotta let you know.
My friends be like, yeah, they trying to dance with you, and I'm like, nah, let me run away. Let me run away.
I had some good friends though, because if somebody who wasn't whatever was stepping, we would let the other. Oh no, girl, we gotta go to the bathroom. We gotta, like pull them away because some scrubs out there.
It's rough. Scrubs.
How about first heartbreak?
Oh, that's what I was thinking too, like first rejection or heartbreak.
Yeah.
I think it was that guy, the first kiss guy, because he was moving and he was like he can't continue long distance or something like that. Little did I know he was actually getting married. Because I looked him up later, like a couple years ago, and I was like, and he was actually not too far, and it's like crazy because he was not too far. I still don't, he's not on social media as far as I can see. He's another one with a very, very common name, but I found him, like I've seen his family members on social media. I know where you live. Let me stop. But we were like right in the same metro, like tri-state metro area for a while. I was like, that's funny. But yeah.
Wow.
That was probably my first heartbreak because I had my hopes up, even though like a red flag, you never know, date, just communicating really via AOL chat, so it wasn't really it wasn't a relationship. It was just like a chat buddy. We lived in 2 different towns anyway. But yeah, that broke my heart. But I would say probably that, and then, or even before that in high school, I had a crush on this gay guy. And it was just, I knew he was gay, but I got a crush. I swear I was supposed to be a gay man.
You can't help it sometimes.
Right? I wrote him a little letter. This is back in the day when we had the color printers and stuff. That was a mess. Me and these letters, I learned my lesson. But I actually caught up with him a few years ago on like Facebook or something. He's out and proud.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh,
What about you?
I'm like happy over here. I don't like reminiscing stuff. Your face is so
Right?
happy and like you know, you can
Uh,
see you being transported to these times. Like
mhm.
it's fun to do. My
Because it's
first
also
heartbreak.
funny.
It is funny too, because you look back, you're like, it really wasn't that serious.
It
Like,
wasn't
what are
that.
you
Yeah,
doing?
it wasn't that.
Come on, girl. You on the floor crying over somebody you met twice.
In the dark.
Like, what are you doing?
Listening to slow
I know.
jams.
Listen, right. It was real heavy. It was
Right?
crying too. Like, so your eyes are all puffy and messed up, acting up. No, my first real heartbreak, I think, was the beginning of college. I had a boyfriend for like the last 2 years of high school. And he was, I guess you'd call him my high school sweetheart, whatever.
Mhm.
And we went to 2 different colleges. He went to school in Colorado. I went to UCLA. And it doesn't work. I don't know. I mean, I know a handful of people who it works for, but that's usually a pretty tough like breaking point for people to long distance. This is the time before cell phones. This was email was janky. You know what I mean? It was still,
Yeah.
that black screen with the green letters. Like that's how that was. And yeah, so we tried to make it work. I went out there to visit, and he came back for Thanksgiving and just dumped me
With no explanation.
And it was after he came over, we went out and ate and got real cute with each other, and then he was like, that's it, we're done. And I was like, wow, you couldn't tell me that when you first got here in the beginning.
Maybe he wanted to see if he felt something. Sometimes
Well, he felt something.
Maybe he wanted a spark or something.
So I think it was more feeling used or not feeling,
Yeah, exactly.
And then plus it was, that was my first I love you person. That was my first everything, so for that.
Oh,
to
your
end
first
sad,
everything thing.
my first everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously not my first kiss, but yeah.
My first date was not my first as well. Not on the first date.
Yeah. So that was a bummer. Yeah. But then it was the beginning of college. Like I didn't need a boyfriend anyways. What was I doing? Mm-hmm. That's so stupid. That's why I look back and I'm like, girl, that was good. You had to get out and live.
Right. But that's one of the things, like my friends and I talk about this is like in the Black community. I was going to go back to race, but
oh Lord,
they don't talk about. A lot of people go to college to find their spouse. A lot of people, that is where they find their spouse. They get the MRS. It's a known thing. And for me, it was go to school, get good grades. You better not even look at anybody. I don't even think. Obviously, I'm, an adult at this point. I'm gonna look. But I really didn't prioritize dating. I think after that guy, I don't think I dated again. Like I would talk to people on AOL chat or Match, I think was out then. But that was about it.
Dang. I don't know. I didn't know about this MRS stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'd heard of people saying like, oh, usually people, I'd heard of people saying, oh, you usually meet your partner in college. Mm-hmm. That's usually what happens. I didn't know it was like people were intentionally seeking people out. I didn't know that, but it makes sense to me that you're in, your 20s, you meet somebody who's also similar, like-minded, you're in college, you're on the same trajectory, whatever.
And especially like
you meet somebody
and stuff. Yep.
Yeah. And especially when people were getting married younger. I don't think people are really doing that now. So they're not looking for that now. So,
they're already getting divorced too. So we got our chance with them now. Well, I have
mine. Oh my gosh.
They done been through it. So they out in the streets.
Well, we talked about first. We didn't talk about the first. First.
Yeah, my first was one of those. It wasn't romantic at all, and it was one of those where I put myself in a bad situation. Like I'm used to playing and fooling around, and they were probably
messed around and found out.
Right, I messed around and found they were like, all right, let's go, and I was kind of like, did this really just happen?
Yes,
I don't know what I imagined.
No.
I thought they would ask, be like, excuse me, may I?
They should now. I'm gonna teach my sons. You better ask first.
In New Jersey, it would have been R word.
Yeah. I think it's like romanticized and stuff. I've never heard anybody say my first time was so beautiful. It was magical. Oh yeah. No. Mine was awkward. I
Yeah,
was a
so
senior in high
awkward.
school. Awkward.
I was in my 20s, so I didn't even like it.
I don't know what I
Wasn't
was
any better.
doing. I'm not even gonna put all the business out there because I know
Yeah, I
people from
gotta
my
be
high school
vague.
listen,
Yeah.
but it was awkward to
Mm.
say, but I don't have bad feelings around it. It was a positive experience, I think.
Yeah, mine was awkward and not positive. I think because I had negative feeling about can we say that at the time?
Yeah.
And
Your
I had
voice
a
went up
negative
3 octaves. It was like,
I had that
"Ah."
Catholic guilt, and
Yeah,
at
talk
first I
about
thought I
it,
was doing
girl.
something wrong. I thought I was doing something wrong. And then also I knew this guy wasn't like he wasn't taking me
About
out the way I
you,
wanted
like,
to be
right,
taken out.
yeah.
And the following morning, he just dipped out. Like I walked out to the front to say goodbye, and
So
he
y'all spent the night? Like it was like a whole thing? Oh,
yeah,
dang.
and then I fell on the
Oh,
steps.
fancy. Oh.
I was like, man, I remember the fall more than the thing. Like I don't even remember that really. But
Ooh.
I will say he did have his game was strong. He had a strong game. Basically became a booty call for years, and and so I
Dang.
kind of just
Yeah.
wasn't like,
Dang.
because I don't like I don't know, I've never been like a multiple trying to date people, so I was just like, I guess that's sufficient, I'll get a
For now,
booty call,
yeah.
in 3 months or 6
Scratch
months.
the itch. Yeah.
What's the longest we went? 8 months or something. It's like, meanwhile he was dating up, of course we were all dating other people, but yeah, it was awkward. He's got married, so
Mm-hmm.
it's always like that. Like I don't know how, and I'm single, but I wouldn't have want to settle for that. So
Somebody did.
yeah, who's
That's
probably stepped up
unfortunate.
their game and like treated them right. People grow.
Hmm.
Any other first?
I can't think of any other. I love you. You said I love you.
Yeah, I
I
haven't
don't
had
know.
my first I love you yet.
You've never said it to anybody?
No,
No.
not in a romantic. I've never gotten that far. Like I'm say,
Has
thanks
anybody
for
ever
the booty
said it
call.
to
I
you?
love you.
Has anybody ever said it to you?
Someone said it to me like in coitus, like and then he completely.
And what
started
did you
laughing.
do? You're like,
I
thank
was
you.
just like, yeah, you too. Like I didn't know what to say. And then he just started laughing. He's like, oh, I didn't mean to say that. You know how it is. Blah,
Thanks.
blah. It was
You know
awkward.
how I don't know about that.
But I'm like, yeah,
I
because you
don't-
get emotions and stuff.
I don't think I've ever said I love you to someone I didn't want to say I love you to. I don't just be blurting it out.
Yeah, I don't. That's why
You
I
must have been
haven't.
doing
Like,
something right, Mo.
that was my agape love. You know how I say, I love
Yeah,
everybody. That agape. But yeah, no, I haven't. I've never had said I love you to anyone because I haven't been in love yet, and I haven't. No one's ever said that to me either.
How do you think
Who
you'll
knows
know
if it'll ever happen?
when you know? Like how? Like you'll just know? How do you think you'll know?
I don't know. I feel like I easily can fall in love. I can get infatuated, but I don't know what love is. So I want you to show me. It's like the song.
I'm quick with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I fall fast, but
Mhm.
I learned not to say it
Infatuation.
first. I do not.
Mhm.
Or I mean, obviously I say it all the time now, but like
Yeah.
I wouldn't let myself say things like that first. After like a bad situation, I was like, nah, I'm not putting myself out there like that anymore.
That's why you guys thought I was joking. I was really asking, what is love? Because I don't know if I know
Baby,
what it is.
don't hurt me.
Right. Century Club. Wasn't that Century
What?
Club? Night of the Roxbury. Yeah. But
That's too
yeah. Cause it's like, what is love? Maybe because I have cared for people. Like for me, love, I've always said, I think I'm falling in love. I think and I would measure it by, would I jump in front of a bus for this person? But I'm like, I
Damn.
probably jump in front of a bus for anybody at this
For a
point.
cat or something,
Right,
Like,
exactly.
I think the term falling in love is wrong. I don't think you fall.
You rise in love.
I think we're grown ass woman. Ain't nobody falling. Okay. You are making a conscious decision. You are examining your emotions and you are saying, this is what I'm feeling. And these are the things I'm willing to do for you. These are the things I am willing to share and express with you. And I think that's love. I don't think you fall. Falling is irresponsible.
I don't know.
Falling is irresponsible. Anybody trying to fall?
I think I've gone to
you
the
ain't tripping in love.
limerence. infatuation. I haven't gotten the love yet. I'm open to it though.
I
I'm
feel
ready
like
for
love is what happens when all the butterflies have flown away and you
Mhm.
still want to be there. I think that might be what it is, you know?
I always want to be there. It ain't me.
Yeah, but then after that
Mhm.
fades though, and you look over at that person and you're like, like, do you
Yeah.
still, is there anything there that makes you want to still be there?
I've never
You know,
gotten
when
that
you're
far to
not
know.
drawing hearts
Yeah.
around their name and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, life.
Life.
I feel like we went from like 4 or 5-year-old Em and Mo to like today Em and Mo, and it was a journey.
It was.
It's kind of fun to think about.
Right? Something, I think it was a bot on that NGL app. So so half of the questions are fake, and some of them are real.
How do you know?
Bots, it'll say sent with love from the NGL team. And so, oh no, somebody actually sent that. That was a real one. They said best date, and I'm like, I have no idea. Like, I think the best is yet to come. I'm excited. Just want to say your first whatever. I haven't had a vacation, so I can't even say my first vacation. What was your first vacation?
Oh, vacation?
Yeah.
I don't know. We about to run out of time. My first vacation, I went to Puerto Vallarta with somebody.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that was like a first, like, because I mean, I wasn't old enough to do things until I was like in my 20s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, well, I lied. I've been some places, but I don't know if they're vacations. I went to go visit, like, people were often in other places. And so I went to go spend time or do whatever.
Okay,
So
nice. Okay, that
I always
counts.
had unavailable boyfriends. I don't know what that was about.
Right? What's that about? I got
long distance, living in other countries and stuff.
Right? You in that long distance. I wanted that because that occupies your time, but I never got it.
But then you still have your independence.
Yeah. And you still got that warm and fuzzy. But yeah, people weren't really having that. Any final thoughts?
No, but it's kind of one of those things. We're getting older. I hope we still have firsts. I
got a lot of firsts I'm waiting for. So,
but keep the new experiences coming.
Yeah,
maybe not sexy. Well, I mean, maybe. I mean, I'm married. We can figure out some stuff.
Yeah, you gotta spice it up. Sure, keep it spicy.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
All right, girl. Love you.
All right, love you too.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Two Girls Shooting the Shit with Em and Mo. Please enjoy this mindful moment. Never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness. Bad days give experience. Worst days give lessons. And best days give memories. When was the last time you did something for the first time?